I was talking to Mr. Bodhan. So, Mr. Bodhan, you have been so veteran, and you know, like Indian infrastructure is sluggish, and you know, like it's crumbling down. So, do you think that India can have a sustainable development without a good urban architecture?
No. It is going to sooner or later collapse if you don't have a properly structured, defined urban infrastructure, and also, I mean, rural also. In terms of, see, what has become the problem in India is there is a conflict between the old versus the new. You take Delhi, all these people who moved from Pakistan, and they developed the whole city in a haphazard manner. That is not conducive to growth in the long run. If you want to have the growth in the long run, we should be doing what China has been doing. That we should make.
But Mr. Bodhan, do you think that is possible in a democracy? I mean, Indian democracy, people are participating. I mean, how it is possible in a democracy to take a model like China?
That's a very interesting question you have. We have to, the government should try, it's a problem. Being a democracy, how we are going to move the process forward.
Right.
See, we have to see how far we can push the people and the vested interests. And once that, there are two ways you can solve. One is within the, taking Delhi as an example, within the city we have to push as much as we can. And we have to tell the people who are the business community, it is in their own, there are interests like the business community, it is in their own interest to have a sustainable development. And if you want the real estate prices to go up, but for them to benefit, you should allow.
I think that's the interesting part about India is that because you are working with all of these constraints, you try to find solutions which are more creative, which are more efficient compared to China. Like China went ahead and, you know, sort of did development by diktat, but now it's got this huge environmental problem which they completely did not anticipate. Whereas I think with us, because we had the system with the feedback, we already anticipated a lot of the environmental issues, and I think we've found ways to work around those.
Take these environmental issues. I do say that we should have environmental checks and balances.
Oh, absolutely.
But the problem there in India is, take a city like Delhi, this so-called old network of people, they got those lands free. Now they are worth crores. Somebody says, I want to build a road around it. They don't want it. But it is going to go against their own interests if they don't allow the process of trying to. We don't want to, perhaps like China, wholesale structure. We should go as far as possible to redesign or reconfigure it, the city. It has to be done on a parallel track. At the same time, we should develop satellite cities. What happened is a lot of businesses are moving away from Delhi to Gurgaon. I am in Gurgaon.
That's probably by design, because I think, you know, the planners really wanted to decongest the city center because the traffic was a nightmare.
That's one way.
So of course, you know,
yes,
for them.
But if you go to Gurgaon, the same thing is happening.
Well, that's because they did not anticipate the tremendous growth in Gurgaon, and they didn't plan accordingly.
Go to the next place. And now yesterday I read that they are going to build a new township where the British in 1911 wanted to build the capital before they chose the president because it was a low-lying area.
Where was that?
It is not Delhi.
Where is it?
I don't know the word. They are trying to do it. So we have to see. But at the same time, having taken your point, we developed the satellite towns. We developed parallel transport systems like ring roads around the city. We also have to have, like Singapore has done it, like Malaysia has done it. We have to have some dicta. That is always, democracy is not the perfect solution to problem. We have to have some kind of a.
Mr. Bodhan, I have a question on that point. You may allow to extend. In India, if you really allow me to say this, the benefit of this new development is going to mostly the middle class and upper middle class. If you talk about the 70% of the countries who are basically living on the daily wages, they are not getting the benefit of it. So do you think, like, when you displace so many people, like they can ask you this question, hey, this is not for me, then why I should be depressed? I'll rather exercise my democratic right.
I will give you the example of Nandigram. Nandigram, if they had set up the chemical hub, it would have helped the poor. But it is so much of political energies have been generated that these developments in the short run might hurt people. In the long run, they are going to help people. We have to go. If Delhi, you say, Gurgaon gets congested, go to the next place. That's your answer to my. We have to keep.
That's kind of
To the answer to your question, we have to now start focusing in grade B, grade C, grade D towns. We have to move
where the lands are readily available. You don't
and
need
also
the
try to, as far as possible, don't try to encroach on agricultural land. And there are dry land.
Okay. Now I have a futuristic question. I think my time is coming short. With the help of internet as well as spreading in India, do you think there will be any A-class cities? Because with the internet and telecom infrastructure now, anybody can do business from anywhere.
That's a good thing for India. What's happening? If you can move, go and sit in your village and work. For that, we have to lay good infrastructure even for telecom industry, internet. That's where the see what was railways, the system British laid 100 years ago. The internet is going to be, that's the British laid a land. I was talking to someone right from tip of South India all the way to north in Afghanistan. We were able to bring certain energy and development. The same thing, if we can do, which is possible, which they are doing in the right direction, can lay infrastructural highways, internet speedways. That will solve a lot of our problems.
But do you think that will reduce the real estate price in the prime cities?
It should reduce. It is good if you reduce it. I will tell you why. Because the properties have gone so high. No sane person can afford to live in a city. In Delhi, I was there last week. The hotel room costs $750, a 5-star hotel. That too also, if you get a letter from the Chief Minister of the state, you will get a room.
The Indian hospitality sector has
yes, it is broken down. Why it is broken down? Because there have been, she might be able to throw better light. The urban planning, we have to do it in the right way. It has to refocus on how we do it. Why do you need a lot of these offices in Delhi? Move them away to some other place.
Well, that's what they did with Gurgaon.
Gurgaon, not only Gurgaon, go further, take it.
Well,
take some offices
to Noida too.
Take some offices to West Bengal, take some offices south. It is not necessary. Some of these offices need to be in Delhi.
The reason why they need to be in a place where they have other people doing the same kinds of business is precisely because of what we are doing here. Because if you are geographically close to each other, you have certain networks that develop, and that's actually something that furthers business.
But that has created a nightmare. And also, taking his own point, if you can work through...
We need basically
video conferencing,
public transport.
Yes.
And,
we have to...
See, no matter what, I mean the oil...
Delhi, Sridharan, you should go. Have you been to Delhi?
Yeah. I grew up in Delhi.
The train system, what do you say about that?
It's very good.
Great what he has done. And they are extending it. Now they are going to extend this.
And then they found
Noida.
a brilliant solution to
brilliant solution, which Americans were not able to do it because of some structural problems here. You go, Delhi's transport is growing so well, but it has to...
That's essentially what we need. We need more public transport.
More public transport.
I mean, if you go
unless you have a good transportation, you are not able to... You see the roads of Delhi, how congested they get. You cannot move from one place. Delhi, Bangalore, all these have become nightmare to live in.
The next step is electronic transportation.
Well, that's what you've been discussing. Okay, thank you, Mr. Bradley.